hooked on a feeling. I'm high on believing that you're in love with me.
Hello everybody and welcome to another enormous patch from Marvel Heroes 2015. This one is 1.82 and it contains something that we have been waiting for a very long time, which is the Danger Room. Before I really get into that though, there's a couple of other really cool things going on. We do have the 2-for-1 bonus sale on both heroes and costumes, and in addition, Iron Fist, our next hero, is now available for pre-order. So if you're excited, then you should go and check him out. He's going to be a stance dancing type of guy. Looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Very much looking forward to it. Getting right into the meat of the matter is the Danger Room. I'm going to head into there right now and show you guys at least part of the training simulation, but suffice it to say, this is the new endgame content that is primarily geared towards solo players. This is for people who really don't want to do the raiding, don't want to go out and like join all the super groups and do that kind of stuff. Effectively for people like me. You know, I don't have a whole lot of time to play, so that means that I gotta, just log in, do a couple of things, and then get out. And that's really what the Danger Room is designed for. So this training scenario is going to let us do a couple of things. First, it's going to show us how the actual scenario works, how the actual Danger Room functions, what we're supposed to do, where in this case we're just waiting around a little bit. But suffice it to say, once we really get into it, we're going to have objectives. There's going to be a little bar that we have to fill to progress through it, and once we're done, then we move on to the next simulation. As with gear and everything else, there are several levels of the different chips that we can get. So for example, for the daily gifts, we're receiving these gifts here, and you can see it just sort of explodes into several different ones, so that we can basically get started and we've got something to work from. But again, just like with any of the other any gear or anything of that sort, we've got the common, which is the gray ones, we've got the uncommon, which is the greens, the blues, which are the rares, and then the purples, which are epics, and the cosmics, which are the yellow. There will be unique level scenarios that we can do, but as of right now they are not currently in the game. The developers want to make sure that there's a little bit more tuning first. But suffice to say that each one has some number of affixes, where the lowest level only has one affix. The next level up, the green level, has 2, blue has 3, purple has 4, and cosmic has 5. Now these can range from things that help you to things that hurt you effectively. You also have different buffs for the bad guys as well, so you can effectively be indirectly harmed by the fact that the enemies are being buffed substantially while you're still at whatever level. And these range anywhere from you're not allowed to use med kits to you're not allowed to use signature and ultimate powers. Everything that you do does less damage. You can have ones where you can't brutally strike, but you greatly improve your critical strikes. There are all sorts of just random things, and it's great. I love that we've got a ton of variety now. It's tremendously helpful for the single player. I'm just going to go ahead right now and just sort of skip through this so that you guys can just see the end, though, and then I'll just give some very brief thoughts on it as sort of like a final wrap-up. So we finished up with the training scenario, and effectively the idea is that it introduces you to all of the aspects of the danger room itself, where it shows you the different hazards that you run into. It shows you all of the different ways that you can fill your progress bar, whether it's by optional missions or by simply defeating all of the enemies that are around you, all of this kind of thing. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but effectively the point of the training scenario is to really show you exactly how it works. At the end, you fight a boss, and then you get bonus chests. If you survive, if you stay beneath the threshold of death limits, then you get a bonus chest, and there's all sorts of cool stuff. But suffice to say, we do have a new currency as well for the danger room, which are the danger room merits. And the danger room merits can only be spent here. And in this case, we go and talk to Moonstar, and they do have obviously a very distinctive X-Man theme to them. But there are some pretty cool stuff here. We've got some nice new unique and artifact items. We've got some really cool unique rings as well. We've got the new boxes, the new random boxes, new team up in the form of a holographic Wolverine, all sorts of cool stuff. So really, this is very much a game mode that we have not only been awaiting for a very long time, but that we have desperately needed for a very long time, because we simply haven't had something that's really good for solo play. That said, you do not have to do it solo. You can bring friends with you, and everything effectively scales up with the number of people that you have. And the idea is that the lower level ones are designed for people who just got to level 60 with brand new gear, and then the cosmics are very, very difficult even for people who are pretty much geared to the teeth. This went through a lot of iterations. It took a very long time to get the tuning right on it, and I personally think that it's really good. You can check out some of my test center streams where I talked about this, and in addition, I'll be doing a separate update video for my massive beginner's guide on the danger room, so that you can see more details and just more extensive information about the individual aspects for the danger room. But with that, I hope that you enjoyed this little patch update video. Go out, try out the danger room, see what you think of it. I think it's a lot of fun. At the very least, it has a ton of potential, which is really, really what Marvel Heroes needs right now. This is something that the developers can definitely build on, and I very much look forward to what they've got planned for it. But with that, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.
Lips as sweet as candy, its taste is on